Hey Cats fans, Ben Reeve here from The Hoop Show for another episode on the channel. Now this week what are we up to? Part 4 of our player previews for 2023. And this episode we're going to go through Mitch Duncan, Gary Rohan, Jed Bews, Flynn Kroeger, and Tommy Hawkins. And my fingers are all over the shop, but that's okay. It's not about my fingers. It's about the player previews for 2023. So Mitch Duncan, he'll what is he now? How old is he now? He must be getting on a little bit. He was there in the 2011 grand final, and he was on the list for a few years before that as well. But Mitch will go okay. Look, he'll slow down a little bit. I think he'll still play his 18 or so games for this year, and I think they'll just rest him a fair bit. He's in our best team round one. He'll be in the grand final if we make it as well. I don't see him hitting the heights of All-Australian or anything like that, but I think he'll play a role and probably take a little bit more of a back seat and let some of the younger guys take more of the lead, but not going to let someone take a back seat if there's a game on the line, but you know what I mean. So I think some of the younger guys will sort of step up a bit more, and he'll just manage his body throughout the year and get the job done and perform when we need him to in those bigger games. So I think we'll be okay with Mitch. Now, Gary Rohan's probably one that I'm picking to. I love Gary Rohan, one of my favourite players, but 8 games this year. I don't see him in the round one side just because, hasn't sort of started the year too well historically or recently, and probably see him losing his spot throughout the year in our best 22 and maybe not being there on grand final day. So sadly, I think it's coming to an end for Gary Rohan. I think he'll have I think he'll probably in and out throughout the year a fair bit, or injury will get him. So I again, a lot of these players, I love them all. Don't get me wrong, I love all these players, and I hope that they prove me wrong, and I've got egg on my face. But I'm just sort of sitting here, making some predictions. I guess they're not based on fact, they're not based on science or anything like that. But Gary Rohan, 8 games, 2023. All right, Jed Bews. Jed, I've got him in our round one side. I think Jed's clearly one of our first players picked. It's not the flashy. Well, he's a little bit flashy, but he doesn't get all the headlines, does he? But I love him. I love the way he goes about it. I reckon he's there on grand final day if we make it. I don't see him missing a game, maybe one. But 25 games, 26 games, something like that throughout the year if you throw finals in. No dramas at all. Jed, bank on him. He's a gun. We love him. Jed, come on the show. We want you on the show, mate. I want to interview you. I want to talk to you about the premiership season if you can come on. But anyway, look, Flynn Kroeger. Look, I don't know, Kroeger, Freddie's brother, Errol's brother. I don't know. Are we gonna see him? I'm not sure. Probably not. I think a bit like James Willis. I don't know if we'll get a debut out of Flynn Kroeger in 2023. Maybe, but just not seeing it, just not hearing his name in any of the reports or anything like that. Injuries, whatever. But we'll see. We shall see. Hey, Tom Hawkins. I think clearly the injury that he's had, or that he got late last year, and the surgery that he's gone through, we won't see him early doors, or maybe we won't. I'm going to predict that we won't see him round one. So I would, clearly I'd pick him, but don't think we'll see him round one because of that. He'll be in our grand final side. I think we'll see Tommy Hawkins being very heavily managed in 2023, just to get him right for the pointy end of the season. And only 14 games for Tom. For that reason, I think combination of niggles and managing him and so forth to get him there into finals, similarly to how we treated Gary Ablett Jr. Treated Gary Ablett Jr. in 2020, just to get him there on grand final day. I think we might be looking at Tom that way as well. So Tommy's one potentially a captain this year. So look, I don't see a Norm Smith medal hanging around Tom's neck at the end of the year. I probably wouldn't see an All-Australian either. But he continually proves people wrong, doesn't he? So he's an absolute gun. So anyway, what did you think? What did you think of that list? Did you agree with the Gary Rohan one? Was that a bit too harsh? Maybe do you agree with Jed Bews? I love him, but maybe other people don't as much. Do you think Flynn Kroeger's going to get a game? I don't think he will. And what are your thoughts on Tommy Hawkins? Let me know in the chat. What do you think Tommy's going to do in 2023? Are you going to back him in again and say 26 games? 80 goals, Norm Smith, All-Australian captain yet again. What do you think about Tommy's performance? But yeah, so let me know in the chat if you can. And don't forget to subscribe. It's really important. It helps the channel. Thank you for watching. Check out all the other episodes of this player preview series. We've got part 5 coming up next, so check that one out as well. And we'll see you on the next one. Take care, cats. Bye. Cheers.